Often my projects, I would say, start with something that's unknown to me and mysterious is the first draws me in, and then becomes a collaboration of research and pure making and exploring. Pilgrim badges were very cheaply made out of lead tin alloys and would have been cast in stone molds. And the iconography would have been really clear to anyone passing by. You can kind of think of it as a sign of where someone had been or where they're going, and would have communicated a lot about the wearer and his or her beliefs. When I was reading the preliminary text about this exhibition, I was especially touched by this part. What does someone take with them? How do you know if you've arrived? So maybe someone feels that they have never arrived, in fact. I was thinking about what people can take with them as, thinking about amulets, actually, in a broader sense. Talismans or something small that is personal, that feels like a badge of courage or strength. So I was thinking in my project, could I make sort of a pilgrim badge in a sense, and something that you could wear if you were going through a transitional time? Not necessarily migration, could be. The first thing we did was we tried making molds in a very old technique with sand, and then we decided to actually use a more modern process called centrifugal casting, where I carved each of the badges in wood, and then they get molded in silicone, and from there they're able to be a bit more mass-produced. When I say mass-produced, it's still a huge labor. It's very dirty and loud work with a lot of physicality, but it's each badge, for example, was polished by hand in the end. But also using some machines that are very old. I would be excited for a visitor to make a connection between something that is old inside the collection and then that it's still very current, that these feelings of wanting to show identity or wanting to have a badge of protection are still very contemporary feelings.